everyone, I'm Bill. I'm with Kalimoto TV. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back, Dave Moss. He has had his hands on this thing, all the bikes today. Dave, thank you so much. He dialed in the R3 for us. He's got the Aprilia dialed in. But today's a good video because a lot of you guys, the first video helped a lot of people. But today we're out at the track and we've got very hard settings, right?
So we got different settings. When you're at the track, you're going to put the settings into the motorcycle that the owner needs. You're also going to do that based on the track and its configuration and speed. So what we're running today isn't that fast. It's a lot of technical stuff. So you've got to be really precise in what you're doing with the motorcycle. In which case the setup has to reflect that. So let's see what we've got in terms of settings using Race Custom Dynamic.
So we're in full race mode in the dynamic, which is the Ducati mode. And then, so he's already been in here and done all the adjustments for the track. We're at the end of the day. So really what today is taking you guys back to our street mode, so to speak. So we're kind of in the back menus here and we'll, let's flip this mic around so we can. All right, so.
Custom Dynamic. We won. So now we're going to go through the menu. So for today, settings earlier were changed. So for this track, this configuration with the pace it offers, we're at +2 on brake support. For front fork, we're at +1 because there's not a ton of braking from 160 miles an hour. It doesn't happen, so you can go softer on the braking.
I think there's two down the straight was 110, 120 miles an hour. That's pretty much the heaviest braking you've got. So
we can soften it up and let the forks do their job. The shock we went really soft on. We went to -3 because again, you're putting the power on carefully. There's no massive long sweepers that you're in on your knee at 130 miles an hour. So we could soften that up. Steering damping we did not change. Acceleration we did negative numbers because the bike's going slower overall through the corners. And then as far as mid corner goes, we're slow. So we're actually in negative numbers again. So the bike will be, and suspension will be plush and comfortable. So you're not getting bounced out of the seat on corners. Now to go back out of this and go back to the street, and that was the whole purpose.
So just to kind of reiterate, so this was, you've softened up everything and you've turned everything down, even from the street, right? Because we're at a track that's tight, technical, as you guys saw from all the videos. So everything got turned down.
You're in second and third gear.
Yeah, I think popped into fourth once or twice a few times.
That was a bring the front wheel down, no doubt.
So now we're going back to the street. So now we got to turn things back up a little bit.
So 3 on the fork. Whoops, it's 3 on brake. Front fork was 3. Shock absorber was +1. Steering damping we didn't touch. Acceleration was +1. And mid corner was +1. So dramatic changes for rider preference for road riding.
So if we were in the east mode, we would have or if we were at the east track, we would have taken this to a stiffer, more pluses, less. Here were more minuses. There were more pluses.
Slow, tight, technical track. Fast, oh my God, eyes wide, the brakes work. Please stop, please stop.
Yeah.
From warp drive down to sometimes 70 miles an hour for 160. So that level of braking force, the ECU needs to assist in maintaining that braking force. Again, if you're new to a track and it's a fast track, you won't be going that fast. So if you're not going that fast, don't set it up that stiff. Just go +1 or +2 across the board and have fun. If you get quicker and you bury the zip tie, then the forks and the braking setting have to come up to +2, maybe +3. So give yourself the chance to acclimatize, calibrate your eye to speed and distance over time, and then see, can you travel the forks further because you're braking harder as your arrival speed is quicker.
Okay. Now, one quick question I want to address from a lot of people, because a lot of people they are asking on the first video, sag in the rear, sag in the front, and I don't remember in the first video that we filmed sag in the front or sag in the rear, but how important is the sag on this right now for me right now?
So sag is all about body weight and how much the bike compresses with you on it.
Okay.
Static sag is extending the bike.
Yep.
And then sitting the bike under its own weight.
Okay.
So the most important part is being able to pick the back of the bike up. That is static sag.
Yep.
This is static sag. So in the forks, it's engineered. In the shock, you have to set it by spring tension.
Okay.
So your rule of thumb is 30 to 40 millimeters front and rear, somewhere in that ballpark.
Okay.
Now you've got a flat motorcycle.
Yep.
This is a flat bike. It's not a race bike. Correct. How much travel do you use in the front? How much travel do you use in the back?
Right.
Based on that sag number, well, that's what you started with. Well, what do you need now?
Okay.
As you own a bike longer, you ride it faster. If you ride it faster, sag numbers will decrease to make the bike stiffer so that you can go faster.
Okay.
And that's why for the street, 30 to 40 is fine. For the track, 25 to 30 is fine.
Okay. Good numbers to have.
But how do you ride?
Right.
What is your skill set? What group are you riding in? Always have the softest bike possible.
Okay.
Because it will always talk to you. A hard bike will be, where am I? What happened? What day is it? Who are you?
Right.
Because all of us as racers know the faster we go, the stiffer the bike's got to be. And if you don't have those reaction times where you feel it go on your knee and pick it up and save it like Marquez, you're into amnesia because it's bang, and that hurts. So sag is dynamic, it evolves, it changes, it's not one number, and you don't set it once and forget it.
Okay. And then last thing I mentioned to you is, can you tell me a little bit about your program on your website? Because we get a lot of questions and a lot of people are across the country and they're like, man, I wish Dave Moss was here in Florida. Will you just give yourself a nice big plug so you can we can direct people to the right place, because we've been sending them to your website. I know you guys have the satellite app. Right. So can you tell me about that, just to get people an understanding of what you offer on your website to people in Florida and New York?
Two things.
Okay.
One, subscribe for a month or a year.
Okay.
There's over, 1,100 videos, I think.
Yeah, you're always
God knows
videos.
how much content. That monthly gives you 24/7 access, the annual 365/24 to everything all the time.
Okay.
So that's one choice. Most of the videos behind that paywall are 40 minutes to an hour long. They're very technical, they're very in-depth. The stuff you see on YouTube is some nuggets and some golden information.
Yep.
You can also, if you don't want to do that because you want information on you and your motorcycle, you can email me directly. I will send you a big long document and you fill it out.
Okay.
That tells me all about you and your motorcycle. So that is called remote tuning.
There we go. There we go.
I've had people that don't know what a screwdriver is. See that slot?
Yeah.
Have you got something that will fit in that slot? Yeah, this does. All right, let's go. What I want you to do is, through to everybody who's highly technical, wants to do a spring change, hasn't done it for the first time, has all the tools, and I walk you straight through it.
Perfect.
So remote tuning is right here, right now, in person in your garage.
Okay.
Sit down, cup of tea, sandwich, feet up, big screen, smart TV, subscription. Go watch the videos.
Go watch them.
So you got two choices.
Because your videos are just stupid informational. I mean, and even you know, I always get the YouTube stuff, but you know, when you get onto the website, I mean, they're just, you gotta have your cup of coffee in the morning and watch that whole thing, because there's so much to it.
Yeah.
So.
And purposefully so, and it's step by step, piece by piece, to end you up at that.
Yep.
And there is absolutely nothing wrong just with YouTube of hitting the pause button.
Yep.
And going, you know, I'm going to stop here for a minute. I'm going to digest that for a moment. And
there's a lot of digestion with your videos.
Rumination. It's a lot of rumination.
So we'll link everything down below. Dave Moss, thank you so much. The Aprilia's back, Wagner. Wonderful day. But Dave, thank you again. As always, the Streetfighter is ready for the street, and the Aprilia is gonna get ready to go back on the street. Thank you guys for sticking around for another great Dave Moss video. All of his information is gonna be linked down below. Make sure you get to his website, subscribe, sign up for his yearly or monthly or whatever. And if you guys want the remote tuning, email direct, done. All right, bye guys.